and welcome to Stanley Imparable. Is that what it's called? Stanley Parable. Um, this is a game like on Half-Life 2 mod, I think. And yeah, it's not like based on the things that I've seen on it. It's really not that creepy. It's not even like scary, like nothing like pops out or anything. But yeah, let's get into the story. So, um, I kind of know what this game is about. I don't really remember like what the choices they made and the endings, how they are. So like, there's a lot of endings, but there's a lot of stuff like about it, and you don't really have a lot of free will to do whatever you want in it. So let's get right into it. Okay, now we can get right into it when it loads. Okay, there we go. It's loading a bit faster now. Hopefully this isn't how long it takes every time.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-winning, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, okay. Um, okay, I guess we go out?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to
I
the
don't
meeting room.
know.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Why are you asking me? Okay, so, um, do have a little bit of free will, but you'll, just wait and see. Just wait. Okay. So you can click on stuff? Okay. Does it do
When Stanley
anything?
came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
This one was the tricky one. I never got past this. Like, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to spoil it for me, so I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch which way is right. So, I want to go there. Oh, but I'm not I'm gonna follow the narrator, even though, like, it's a complete a-hole in the beginning. Well, not in the beginning, but after a while. Okay,
Yet
so
there was
what?
not a single person here either. Feeling
Yep.
a wave of disbelief, Stanley
What
decided
was
to
your
go
first
up to
clue?
his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
What? Did anybody else read that? Did anybody else read that?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay, so that said that like how to deal with a aggressive or like being like a jerk
Coming to a
coworker.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
So what it was saying was like whenever like a coworker acts out on you, take it out passively aggressive on other coworkers. Okay. I don't want to go here. Uh, it's too boss-like. What's over here? Let me open it. I want to go to the bathroom. Oh, God. Come on. Go to the bathroom.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct
Yay.
code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. Do I have to? It looks kind of creepy. Looks creepier than the... This looks kind of... This doesn't look promising. But I don't like big red buttons. Can there be like a big green button or something? Come on. Please? Fine. Wait, is that blood? I think there's blood stains on it. Oh crap. I'm tired.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion
Yeah,
in
you're
his
dang
chest,
right.
as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Would not go unanswered for long. Oh god. That doesn't mean like I'm gonna die or anything, is it?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
No.
Mind Control
No.
Facility.
No. 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 Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go back. I know this is gonna be bad. I never actually got to this part, so if it's escape. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. I'm gonna go escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
What? No, I'm going back. No, screw that.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
I don't know. I think he's just trying to mess with me and... I don't know. I think he's trying to mess with me and, like, try and make me go into the mind control facility where actually I will die. I don't know. I'm just gonna go in here.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secrets did this place hold? Stanley thought to
I
himself.
don't
Did he
know.
have the strength to find out?
Not really. I'm freaking creeped out though. I like usually never get creeped out. Okay, I guess I hit the security camera.
Now the monitors
What
jumped
the?
to life, their true nature revealed. Each
What
bore
the?
the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. Lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
What? I'm sorry, I don't understand this.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control
Okay,
all this
okay.
time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Wait, so you're saying I was mind controlled? Really?
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in
No,
someone
I could
else's
accept it.
control? Never. It was unthinkable.
I hate
Wasn't
this.
it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Basically, yeah.
But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Wait, so am I gonna
For
have to
he
blow it up?
would dismantle the controls once and for all.
So wait, I have to blow it up. But how? Oh, facility power, I guess. But didn't I come to my... Oh. When it stopped saying, like, words, it said to,
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and
It
to
make-
everything it stood for.
Okay, so it makes sense now. It said whenever it was blank because someone turned it off. And then whenever I came to my senses, I went out and looked around. And now I found this. Or something wrong.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you?
No.
After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that
I
what
didn't
you
know.
wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the
What?
event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification,
Wait, what?
nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until
Oh,
detonation
crap.
then? Let's say 2 minutes.
What?
Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
Oh god.
It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a
Holy
shame we
crap,
have
you
so
got-
little
you're a
time
nut
left to
job.
enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated, Rick. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're going to die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes, you
No, I'm
might say,
sorry.
I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though. This version of
I'm
events
so
has been quite
sorry. Don't
amusing.
do this.
Watching you try to make
Please.
sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it
Come on.
go.
Come on.
I'm
Eh,
sure whatever I come up with on the next
don't
go
do this.
around will be even better. My
I'm
goodness,
sorry.
only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock.
Oh, thank God.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running
Aw,
from
you.
button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Sold? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a
No.
look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle with. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces.
Come on,
Will
where's
you
the
cling
3?
desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
You're an
You have a
a-hole.
choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Um. Oh, God. Okay, that was freaking creepy. Wow. Wow. Well.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't want to go back. That was freaking creepy. I don't even want to know what the other storylines are. See what I mean by he's an a-hole?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, screw you.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
Too
Stanley knew
bad.
it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No, I didn't. I just didn't want to end up the same fate as I just did.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth
Whatever, screw
admiring.
you.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. Taking this door.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Well, you know what? You know what? Maybe it's just because you're a dink. You're just a freaking dick. Ever thought of that?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Oh yeah,
I'm not
no,
trying to
there's
be
no
rude,
apologizing now.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, But the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's
Whatever, you
someone you
just
think
tried
is
to
very
kill
good,
me.
Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Her? What? What? Do I have like a secret love life or something that I don't
It's
remember
this,
about?
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who has been waiting? Seriously, this is... Do I just go in here? What the...
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling this cut out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now.
Okay. Okay.
I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
What the...
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown.
I seriously
Fantastic
hate this guy.
discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
I really had a, I really had a really creepy feeling about that. That's why I paused it, because like I thought I was about to experience something really, really creepy. But now it just like, it's not that bad. So yeah.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth.
Well, yeah.
The thought excited him terribly.
No, I know. I know what you did. I know what you did. You like, didn't like you to like delete them or something? Wasn't it like that?
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold. As he wandered through this
Like,
fantasy world, he
why
began to
is she still
celebrate many possible
here? Or that
paths and
mannequin?
destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path. Mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
But isn't
But
she a
there is no
mannequin?
answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The
Wait, wait,
longer he
wait.
spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
This looks a lot like my office. I don't want to go to sleep. Can't make
And
me.
I'm trying to tell
Fine.
him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. Do I really have to?
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him, but I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Wait, so I died? Again? Do, like, all of these make me die? Wait. What? What? Okay, is it just
All
me?
of his co-workers
Oh,
were gone. What could have made him? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
where the heck is the meeting room? There is just like... Oh my god. No. Ugh. Okay, well, I think that'll be it for this time, folks. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. It's kind of frozen right now. That's not your computer. It's me saying peace off and see you later, guys.